breaking down the political landscape. This is KQ Truth for you. Political honesty rooted in God. This is KQ Truth for you.
Good evening. Welcome to KQ. I'm Ken.
I'm Kevlon.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. This is KQ, the truth for you.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to KQ. My name is Kevlon.
And I'm Ken.
And we're coming to you from the happy streets of Montgomery, Alabama, where every single liberal in Montgomery is celebrating tonight. We have a new VP candidate.
Yes, sir. Tim Walz.
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 Tim Walz.
Yes, sir. Man, that dude there, man, I heard him talking today, Kevlon. That boy was fire.
He's a bundle of fire. Right.
Bonafide, man. That guy's bonafide. I see where they caught me slipping was I was looking at all of the shiny things as far as the list of the Democratic candidates and all of that, and they were like all shiny and snazzy, and one of them sounded exactly like Barack Obama. And then and I was like, man, that might be too much. And then another one, Pete Buttigieg, that dude is fire. However, you get a mixed race, black and Indian presidential candidate, and then you throw on top of that a guy that is he fired when it comes to the politics, man. That dude's on point, and then he's got he's snazzy, but then at the same time he's LGBTQ, one of them. So it's like that's a little much. You can't put Kamala with her racial issues, and then you throw in that. And all, so I figured like he probably wouldn't make the cut. And then you had the guy that was the astronaut. What's his name? The astronaut flying guy?
Gabby Giffords' husband. I can't remember.
Yeah, Gabby Giffords. Something Giffords. Yeah, governor, senator.
Well, he wasn't a Giffords. He's another Shapiro. I can't remember his name. But
no, not Shapiro. Shapiro is the Obama dude. Yeah, but either way, that guy, he didn't have that much flash and pizzazz. He's good. He's smart, and his credentials would have been like keen, but he didn't have. To be honest, the whole race for presidential candidate, like they said, Joe Biden, he's like awesome as a president. Campaigning and doing the pizzazz in the show, not so much. Okay, so you got to be able to put on the show, and you got to have the credentials, and you got to have the pizzazz and all of that. And then Walz comes along, and I heard that man's speech tonight. Man, that dude there. Hey, wait a minute, that dude there.
Yeah, he outshined himself. I mean, I knew he was going to be fired. First of all, if he's in the running, Kamala is picking a VP candidate. She's going to put the best of the best right there in front of her. So really, she couldn't lose. It's like picking between $1 million and $1,001. I mean, whichever way you fall, it's going to be great. And
right.
She pulled $1,000,001 out of the hat. He had that little bit of extra flair, but he was the same guy that has branded the Republican Party as weird, which is just tearing the skin out from under all of these Republicans these days. They just don't know how to deal with that one simple word that means so much and is so apropos. But tonight he didn't take any steps back. He stepped right into that same fire and energy, and boy, did he just knock him over the head.
Man, I got one part of that video, man, that I want y'all to see. It was, oh man, this part right here. This is when he does his. This is when he gets good. All right, we're gonna share it.
Now, Donald Trump sees the world a little differently than us. First of all, he doesn't know the first thing about service.
Operation Bone Spurs. All right.
He doesn't have time for it because he's too busy serving himself. Again and again and again, Trump weakens our economy to strengthen his own hand. He mocks our laws. He sows chaos and division. And that's to say nothing of his record as president. He froze in the face of the COVID crisis.
Yes!
He drove our economy into the ground. And make no mistake, violent crime was up under Donald Trump.
And it's down now.
That's not even counting the crimes he committed.
Hey, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, this guy here is really freaking good, man. He's good. He's really good.
All he's doing, he's just speaking the obvious. And this is the thing that I've been saying for a long time. Whenever you have somebody speak the obvious and just pierce through all of the fear that they may have and all of the preconceived talking points and all of the crapola that's out there, that we're dealing with two legs of the same pair of pants or two sides of the same coin. Both are bad. When you have somebody pierce through and just say what is factually, it knocks all of that other stuff out of the window. There's no comparison between Trump and Kamala Harris. There's no comparison between the Democratic positions and the Republican positions. There's no comparison between the Democrats' observance of and respect for the rule of law versus the Republicans' observance and respect of the rule of law. The Republicans have none of that. It's all about what Donald Trump wants. They are literally a cult now. And we're talking about a cult versus an ideology that's based on American traditions and American fundamentals. So this thing is lopsided here. And this is the type of guy that's going to make that comparison and put it out there. People going to have to make a choice now, man. You can't pick old crooked Donald over this guy or Kamala. It's just not the same. It's not the same. They had a chance when you had Biden sitting out there at his age, struggling a little bit with words and all of that here and there. That is gone now. And that's why the Republicans are so furious. And they're pulling at straws, trying to figure out a way to label Kamala and this guy, but they ain't going to be able to do it. I mean, the facts are just going to keep smacking them in the face.
Yeah, and the facts are irrefutable. For instance, one of my lifelong friends that turned Afro MAGA, he texted me today, and this is what he said, man. He said, "Can you honestly say," and then make it so bad, his name is not Olivia, right? So this is the other thing that trips me out about my MAGA friends of African persuasion. They always pull memes and stuff that is popping in their timelines and stuff, and they never even type it up, like retype it like it's original or anything. They just go ahead and screenshot the meme and send it because their algorithms are jacked. And then it says, "Can anyone honestly say that they are better off under the current administration? If so, can you explain?" So the theory was, how can were you better off than you were 4 years ago? And oh Lord, oh here we go. Yeah,
that's about the dumbest question that a MAGA person can ask. Anybody part of the MAGA cult, let me just give y'all a tip. Don't ask nobody that question. Ask that question when you're in the dark by yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do that in public because the answer is not too good for you.
My goodness. I mean, first of all, I know these are little bitty pictures, but I'm going to scroll in a little bit. What I Googled up at the top is COVID-19 refrigerator trucks. Okay. So,
are you better off 4 years ago? Do we still have refrigerator trucks?
Yeah. I mean, they got refrigeration trucks. These are like just dead bodies they're just storing in the trucks.
The number one outfit purchased that year was hazmat suits.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember that. I don't think they remember that. Oh, and what about how about let's see what oh yeah, the food lines. I like this picture. This one was kind of interesting to me. So these were the people parked in the parking lot to get to the food line.
Yeah.
And then
when they pulled up, they got like 4 potatoes and 2 boxes of dry goods and a few cans. And buddy, they was happy. You hear me?
Look at there, man. Y'all don't see all of that, man. Y'all don't remember that. That was just 4 years ago, man.
I think that 4 years ago, it was so traumatic that people are now suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and they do not want to revisit that in their minds. They just go to the days of relative comfort, and they attribute that to Trump as if it was something different than happened during the Obama years. I mean, really, the Obama years and the Trump years had no differentiation. We stayed on the same trajectory after Obama left office that Trump was on until it was time for him to show and prove during a pandemic. And we ended up having the worst statistics of death and hospitalizations and cases in the world per capita. We were the worst.
Yep, 54 million people in America face food insecurity during the pandemic. It could have dire consequences for their health.
And the worse it got, the worse Trump got. It got to a point where he started out denying it, calling it a hoax. He then said that it was going to be over coming around in Easter. He was talking about y'all going to need to go on and crowd up into the church. Then he talked about it's time to go back to work. Everybody get back to work before we were at a point where it was reasonable for us to do so. So he shut down too slow, and then he opened up too quick. And that's what caused the problem and the difference between where we are and where we were versus the rest of the world. We were the worst. 4% of the world's population, 25% of the world's deaths.
Yeah, that's the worst. Well, I don't know. I think China did fudge their numbers. But yeah.
Well, that's all we have is the numbers that we have. And then China is just one of the countries. So.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, you do it across the board. Yeah, we definitely were the worst. Oh, man, look at these people lining up getting foods and stuff, man. Oh, dang on food banks. Y'all talking about where the food banks at now? Where can I go get me a box of groceries from a church? Is there any place I can go do that now?
Yeah.
No. Oh, man, they was talking about that stock market as well. The stock market dropped yesterday. Okay, so after all of this time from Trump leaving office till now, we've had our little ups and downs. Of course, this is the chart, and it's interactive a little. It tells you how it bounced up and down. This is 2018. We're sitting somewhere around 24,000 points in the market. Where is this dip? That was December 2018. Then it rides up and down for Trump, hovering around 27, 28, 29. Oh, he got to about 29, and then all of a sudden, cliff. Bow.
Keep in mind, the whole time going up to this point where the dip happened, Trump was bragging. You couldn't tell that man nothing. Look, he acted like he was the second coming of Jesus Christ, the banker, when that stuff was going up like that. And it was just ticking up. And notice it wasn't much different than what was going on during Obama.
Yeah, no doubt. And so then all of a sudden, man, we started breaking dang on records and stuff. That was a record. January the 3rd, 2023, we're sitting at 36,000. Then we started riding up. Then all of a sudden here of late, this is December 2023, 37,000, 37, 38. We got to 39,566. That was April, this past April 2024. Then we hit another high, 40,090. That was July the 12th, 24. That was like less than a month ago.
First time ever over 40,000?
Ever in the history of any country's stock market. We just blew it out. Then all of a sudden we had like one bad day where they had a big sell-off because there's some kind of rumors going around about a pseudo recession that has no legs. It's like there's no reason for the recession except for consumer sentiment or stock buyer sentiment. The people who buy and sell stocks, like they feel like it might be a recession, so they start selling off their stocks, which of course makes the stock market drop down. So the market dropped down about 1,000 points. Even sitting 1,000 points lower, let me see if I can squeeze in there. What is that? I can't get to it. Where did it drop down to?
30.
What was the thousand? So like 39,000 from 40,000. That was our high. So we dropped down to like 39,000, but that ain't nowhere near the dang on 17 to 26 that Trump was at before he got out of office. It's like we've doubled since then. So to lose 1,000 points, and then today, what happened? The market bounced right back 300 points. So we're going back in the right direction. It's just Trump in the market.
Trump put old Trope Central out talking about Kamala effect or whatever he said. Yesterday. They get real happy whenever there's any bad news under this administration. They get really, really happy. And they start putting out their little catchphrases and blaming and pointing fingers like they do about everything, immigration. Whenever we have a criminal do a misdeed, then they come out and say, "Oh, it's because of the Democrats. It's because they're in power." Well, like he said, crime is up now. Crime is down now versus when Trump was in power, and all of the other indicators are in the Democrats' favor. And every time something happens, a blip on the screen comes up, they throw a party. They act like it's time to celebrate, and they start pointing fingers at the Democrats. It's kind of like they're cheering for America to fail. It's kind of sick.
Yeah, because what's crazy is if their sentiment catches on, people will start selling all of their stocks, and then of course the market's going to drop, and then next thing you know, it's like, man, there could be a hysteria-induced market crash.
Yeah, that's what
because they start throwing out the hysteria.
That's what they're trying to do. To have no illusions.
Yeah, the little chaos, just like the chaos at the border, the border chaos. Man, y'all don't even know that. For instance, Border Patrol agents recorded the fewest monthly migrant apprehensions since 2021 on the southern border. This was a few days ago, July the 16th. Yeah, about a week or two ago. And it's not that our agents now are not apprehending. It's just ain't nobody to catch.
Less people are coming.
Yes. And versus when Trump was in office, when during COVID especially. So during COVID, they had like 0 apprehensions when it got really bad. They were part of that was we were so bad here in America that people weren't even willing to try to come here because they thought they were going to come here and catch COVID and die. But at the same time, the border agents were at the house as well. They were at the house with the rest of us, man. Y'all remember the lockdowns? They wasn't even catching nobody. So if somebody was coming through the border then, it was 0 apprehension simply because wasn't nobody being caught. I'm positive somebody still tried it, even though our numbers was up. They're like, man, I'm gonna ride the COVID storm out and I'm gonna make it. And they probably made it, but they came here when nobody was looking. That's why the numbers were so low for apprehensions during that period, is because wasn't nobody looking. But now people are looking, and we still got the lowest apprehensions right now than since 2021. So judge for yourself, people.
Yeah.
Judge for yourself. I mean,
and every single right-wing media apparatus that you look at, they say Kamala Harris was put in charge of the border. She is the border czar, and look how bad things got. Well, first of all, the numbers are down. Do you hear them giving credit to her for that?
Yeah.
No. But second of all, there's no such thing as a border czar. She was never tasked. They didn't tell Kamala, get your gat and put on your bulletproof vest and go down there and protect that border, young lady. They never told her to do that. What her job was to go to Guatemala, El Salvador, and what other country was that?
Mexico.
Well, Mexico was the country, the thoroughfare that they go through, but it was 3 countries: Guatemala, and Honduras.
Yeah.
And her job was to figure out what was causing people to leave those countries and travel to the United States to try to cross into our border. And it turns out that the reason these numbers are so low right now is because she has put forth policies in those countries, economic policies through investments of major countries. She's looked at countries investing in their coffee and a few other industries where she's brought in ties to bring the economic situation in those countries to a point where less of those people are even trying to migrate. So she did her job that she was tasked to do. She was not the border czar. That is a lie. So let's just get that out there. And turns out that Biden's policy to shut down the entry and asylum claims, he did that about 3 months ago. That policy, well, so because of the combination of those two things, now we're sitting here lower than we were during COVID, when like you said, Ken, nobody was trying to come here.
Right. And the few that did, it wasn't nobody looking for them.
Yeah. So are they celebrating? Do you hear them celebrating?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw them celebrating when they were sending them dang on caravans, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, look, we had a real good time tonight. We just wanted to come on and thank Tim Walzy. What do you call him?
Walz.
And
we wanted to spike the football because we made it to the end zone. We have a real serious advantage. This thing is not going to be pretty. Y'all sit here and watch the Trump meltdown. Watch him get madder and madder and crazier. And look out for his VP pick. Y'all look out for him and feel sorry for him while you can, because that guy's he's gonna expose himself fully. And the dirt is already coming out. I heard he was pretty much a couch potato, but we'll see how things go from here.
Yeah, I don't know about that couch potato, man. That dude there is wild. And
he know about that couch. He know it intimately.
Yeah, very intimately. Hey, man, it's been real. It's been fun, man. Y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Love us. We love you back. KQ.
Don't be fooled by the Republicans. They have nothing for you.
No.
Take it easy, y'all.
Want to take you a doodly do, can you dig it? And all I wanna do is just listen to you. KQ Politics 72. Can you dig it? Want to KQ a doodly do, can you dig it? And all I wanna do, you wish just listen to you. KQ Politics 72.